Ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands in attendance and for the millions watching at home, DCK Productions proudly brings to you the greatest podcast in the world! The greatest podcast in the world? Suck it. No, you suck it. No, you suck it. No, you suck it. No, you suck it. I appreciate it if you both suck it. Suck it!
At my window, wish that I could go outside to be normal again. No concerts, no beaches, FaceTime is deceiving.
Welcome everybody to
Suck it.
How the fuck is everybody?
Wonderful.
Wonderful, darling.
Wonderful, darling.
You know what? I'm so fucking glad to hear that shit. Aren't we all just like, wonderful to, be alive and be streaming for the first time ever?
Quite, yes.
Yes. So, I mean, it's, it's one of those things. It's just, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
So, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Doing well.
Good.
Doing very fucking well. So
Same.
It is the end of a beautiful week, a great week.
Mm-hmm.
Something's going on with your green screen, girl.
I know. Listen, blue was not the best option. I'm going to get a green one. That's what's about to happen.
You're going to have to.
I'm going to have to because I can't deal with this yellow dot in my
then just
eye.
turn off your green screen. Just have the blue background right now. Just turn off your background.
Oh.
Yeah. Just turn off the green
fun.
screen. Well, whatever. I don't give a fuck. You do whatever you want to do. I'm not your man.
Legit. Exactly.
I'm just your co-host.
No, it doesn't.
All
right,
see,
fine. You can see my wrinkled sheet
that
I just bought.
Whatever.
Ooh, look at my shirt, though. Look at my shirt.
Look at my shirt. My shirt says Avengers on it.
Ooh.
So anyway, how's everybody doing tonight? Again, I am the great and powerful King of Kings, Eater of World, Master of all that is awesome, the great and powerful Derek, joined as always by the Queen of Kansas City, the lovely, the beautiful Kat. And we have a fun fucking show for you tonight.
Yeah, buddy. I'm excited.
We have the man that is, solely responsible for me being on comedy shows right now. So, I owe him a debt of tremendous gratitude. His name is Jimmy Shin. He has his own special on Amazon Prime right now called The Walk of Shame, and that's Walk WOK. So he's an awesome guy. He does the ShinDig. He's an actor, comedian and producer. Does a lot of stuff for the Comedy Store and a bunch of other stuff. Dude is just amazing, and I'm so glad to welcome him onto the show today. So please, everybody, welcome my personal friend, Jimmy Shin.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hey, what's up?
How's it going, bud?
It's going good, man. I love you guys' intro.
Okay.
Like that?
It's
it
fun.
took me like an hour to record and get everything right.
Lies.
Yeah. Well, no, that one was a pain in the ass to do.
No, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how's everything going? First off, let me ask you, are you safe right now? Because I know you're in Studio City, so.
Yeah, I am safe. It didn't make it out here. Only place around here is probably Van Nuys that the riots and stuff came to. But here it's been pretty quiet. Hollywood and downtown and Santa Monica was hit really hard.
Yeah. I was talking to Eugenia the other day, and she said she was attacked in her car.
No way.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Is she okay?
She's okay. Yeah, she was able to get away, but Yeah, I was like,
so
fucking hell, that's insane.
right?
So
Did she
Yeah.
get robbed at all, or
no, she just said they attacked her in her car. I mean, she didn't. She said she
Like
was perfectly
attacked her
fine.
car.
I guess, yeah, she was driving.
Oh, got it. So she wasn't like outside of her car.
No. Yeah, she was
Okay.
good. Yeah,
Okay.
but
Good.
Still
It's
scary shit.
scary
Though. I
shit.
can imagine. Yeah, some fucking looters or something jumping on your car.
yeah,
That's really scary. Actually, I have a funny one. One of my friends lives in Santa Monica, so he sees this guy. You know, you can't forget a guy who steals a surfboard from a surf shop, and takes it away on a motorcycle. So he sees it on TV. This guy fucking stealing a giant surfboard while riding a fucking motorcycle.
Right.
And next thing you know, he said he went outside his yard and he saw the same guy rolling up in the motorcycle with a surfboard, and he lived 2 doors next to him. So he goes, next time I fucking see, he goes, I hate looters, man. He goes, that just ain't right. He goes, next time I see him, I'm gonna tell him he's got to go pay the surf shop, or he's gonna report him. I don't think he will, but I thought it was funny that it fucking was his neighbor. You know what I mean?
That is funny,
That's
right?
nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I read an article today on BuzzFeed that they're, I guess some cities are using facial recognition software to like enforce. They're using it right now to enforce the 6 feet apart at like protests or something like that. And I'm like, how even? Like how are you going to use facial recognition to enforce that? I don't understand.
Yeah, they can barely enforce any of it.
Exactly.
I don't know if you guys heard in Seattle, where I'm originally from.
Oh, I love Seattle.
Yeah. They basically gave up an area of Seattle called Capitol Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And basically it's like the no fly zone for police. And so, all the protesters and rioters are like having a free for all.
Wow.
In Capitol Hill right now. And
That's
then basically, of course, Trump tweeted, if you guys don't get it handled, we're going to send, the military over there, and
they can't do that.
And then everyone's pissed, and of course, there's this huge controversy of whether or not he has the power to send the military and whether, he should or if it's against the law. I've never seen the world so fucking divided. Have you?
Oh, I know, right?
No, I know, right? It's insane.
It's so crazy to me because like 5 seconds before this happened, we were all on the same playing field. Like we were all stuck in our house hating life, or not hating life, but we were all stuck inside regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so crazy to me.
It really was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's keep it lighthearted and fun then.
I got all political on you guys from the gate.
No, it's okay.
That's perfectly fine.
I've been reading up on before I got on. So
no, absolutely.
You brought up COVID. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know,
Your
right?
fault. We're gonna blame it on you.
Yeah, we won't say the C word tonight.
Right.
Nah. So anyway, so tell everybody a little bit about yourself, Jimmy. How you got started in the business, how long you've been in the business, all that good stuff.
Okay. I moved to LA probably about 12 years ago, right after the crash of 2008. You guys remember that?
Of course.
When we thought that was like the worst thing that could happen is the financial crash.
Yeah.
And I was a real estate agent up in Seattle and I lost everything. And since I was broke in Seattle, I was like, why not be broke somewhere sunny and pursuing something I love? So it did give me the courage to come down here at the time. And so then, just grinded. And when I first came here, comedy wasn't that big. How long you been doing stand-up, Derek?
2 years. 2
2 years? Okay. Well, back when I started, 12, 13 years ago, it was like a ghost town some of the nights at the Comedy Store. And right before, we got on lockdown, the Comedy Store was sold out every single night.
Yeah.
And so I was just sort of, in the right place at the right time before the rush and got to be a producer at the Comedy Store. And that basically, kind of launched my career and, gave me a platform to meet other comedians like yourself, headliners. And it was a trip because, you see all these headliners on TV and shit, right? And then pretty soon you have them calling you and asking you for a fucking spot. You know, like I had like fucking like Whitney Cummings like calling like, hey, you got anything available for tonight? I'm like, is this Whitney or is this a joke? You know what I mean? You can't fucking believe that these people are asking you for something, right?
Yeah, I know.
So that's where it got to, you know, right before it shut down. But we'll get there again. You know, I just talked to the Comedy Store, and they are planning on opening it in July.
Okay.
So, you know, my dream is to get you out here, Derek, and doing some stand-up live, brother.
Yes, you know, to be honest with you, I knew that was going to come up, and we've talked about it on the phone because you know over the past month, you and I we've become not close friends, but we've become friends. We talk, we chit chat, we shoot the shit. So I've been, I'm not texting, I'm sharing it on other groups, Kat.
Okay.
I know. I was thinking, what are you doing, Derek? Like,
I was sharing it. I'm making sure it got everywhere.
And then you both started doing it. I was like, wait a minute, is my story just not interesting?
No, I was making sure that all the groups that I was a part of this is live in. So I'm done now. But no, I knew that was going to come up, and so trust me, like
I've been trying to convince them to move out there.
Well, our goal is to move out there as soon as I can.
I think rent prices are going to go down because there's a shitload of people moving out.
Yes,
Perfect
I mean,
timing.
You know, it's just a matter of. The thing about it is, I got to make sure that I'm making enough because the deal is for me and my wife. If we're gonna move out to Hollywood, you know, LA, you know, Studio City, whatever, Burbank, I have to be making enough money on my own to where she doesn't have to work anymore.
Oh,
so
it's very traditional of you.
Yeah. But I mean, because right now she's a teacher.
That was her request, right?
That was her request. Yes, that was her request.
Okay.
Because she's a teacher and she doesn't want to have to change school districts again and recertify and all this other crap. She's like, if we're going to move to California, we're doing it and it's all you, bud. So live your dream and let me, you know, chill at the country club looking at pool boys. I mean, cool. Okay.
Nice.
So you're telling me that I get to, you know, do nothing but podcasting, do nothing but comedy, and you just get to sit around and look at pool boys all day? That's cool because I'll get groupies. That's fine, whatever. I'll be backstage signing titties. I don't care, whatever.
Nice.
I don't think does that happen in comedy a lot? Signing titties.
Know. I signed my first titty back in 2010.
Nice.
See?
Yeah, and it was you remember that first tit?
You know I bet. Yeah, that face.
Yeah, and she didn't even say.
I mean, the tit, of course.
Either. So I was a little bit disappointed, but.
Oh, yeah.
I bet. My goal is to be able to sign somebody's titties or sign somebody's arm or something, and then them come back to me at another show later on with it tattooed on them. They went straight to the tattoo parlor and just had it done. It's like, fuck yeah, that's how it goes.
That's gold right there.
That could be flattering or it could be creepy. It could be one or the other.
Or both.
Yeah, or both.
You know, the way I look at it is this, Jimmy. You know, you're going to invite me out to the Comedy Store. I'm going to do some stuff live there. You know, Eugenia talked about how, you know, because I've had
how do you know Eugenia?
The show.
Oh, okay.
She came on here.
Okay.
Her PR agent hooked me up, and
I freaking love her because she's so fucking humble. Like you would never know,
right?
And that's the thing.
You know, she's married to fucking Miramax,
right?
Yeah, I know.
You would never fucking know that by the way she is. She's just so real and down to earth, and
she really is.
I love booking her. We have her on the show for this Saturday too, 6 p.m. So,
so the story is, we had her on the show, and she knew I was into comedy. I was doing stuff like that. Next thing I know, she emails me the next day. So I had her on that Friday, and then the day that she texted you my number was the day after the show. And next thing I know, it was just like boom, 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 boom. And during one of those conversations with one of the people that she texted for me, they told me, "Oh, you're too dirty. Too dirty for me." I told you this story. I said, "You're too dirty." And I'm like, "What should I change?"
I think you're not dirty enough, man.
Oh no, I'm not. Oh, I haven't gotten there yet. That was my first.
Awesome.
You know, I had to introduce myself to those people. I haven't gotten there yet.
Don't encourage him. Oh, bro.
You think one rape joke and one swallow joke is all I got? Oh, please.
Oh,
no, trust me. There's so much more. But anyway, so then just kind of happened from there, and and I'm like so thankful that she hooked me up with you because I I just can't wait for it to all happen. I can't wait for it all to come together. I can't wait for you to say, Derek, hey, I need you to be at the Comedy Store this Saturday. Get the fuck out into LA. I'll be like, where am I going? I will run my ass there.
What time you picking me up?
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's good like that, man. She's hooked me up with a bunch of stuff too. She's just she brings people together, you know?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
That's my goal in life.
So what made you, like, I know you told the story of how you got into comedy, but what made you say, all right, comedy is it for me? I mean, what was that defining moment that made you say, all right, this is it?
I think it was that time when I just moved down here, you know, like what you're thinking of doing. I think you have to be pretty serious to drop your life that you have, your friends, possibly your family. My family still lives up there in Tacoma, Washington. So, yeah, I left everything basically with hardly no money in my pocket, on unemployment, just filled up everything I had in a old BMW I had, and just drove down and never looked back. And a lot of my friends said I would be back. You know, and sometimes that would be the only thing keeping me here, because you go through some hard times, you know, when you're
of course
trying to establish yourself in a new location, and because you got to start over, you know, especially here because there's so many stars here. You know what I mean? Legit headliners, people that have been doing 30. You know, you'll see fucking Rogan, you'll see fucking Chappelle and shit. You know, at the Comedy Store. So you know, it's intimidating, and it can be hard to get to know people.
Yeah.
And like I said, I was fortunate enough to get that position where I was the producer. You know, early on, I said, you know what? I'm tired of begging for spots. Yeah. Like, I want to be the king that gives away the spots. Yeah. And so that's, you know, was the pivotal moment where I think my career started taking off, you know?
Gotcha. Are you still the producer there, or what are you doing with them specifically? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a producer there and at the Hollywood Improv as well. Two of the pretty much the most, you know, renowned comedy places in the world.
Yeah.
So we're pretty fortunate.
Very fortunate.
So you just went from real estate to comedy out in LA, like an immediate transition like that?
Well, in Seattle, I was dabbling in stand-up, you know, it was more like a hobby, you know, I'm not going to, you know, I wasn't like committed to it. I'd do it like once every couple weeks or something, mostly open mics, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but I loved it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I loved it more than anything. And then when I couldn't close a real estate deal to save my life because banks weren't lending out money anymore, I was like, I'm broke. You know what I mean? And so I was able to get on unemployment, and that was like enough of a safety net for me to say, you know what, I'm going to, you know, go all in comedy and do what I love, you know, and hopefully it leads me to making a living. And it did.
Right. A pretty good one, apparently.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Have you had that moment yet to where you've walked out on stage or you've done something for a friend or whatever the case might be, to where you've said to yourself, fuck, I've really made it?
There's been lots of moments like that, you know, when I, you know, saw my special on Amazon Prime Video with like, you know, all my, you know, Sarah Silverman's special and Russell Peters and, you know what I mean? That was a moment when I filmed it at the Roxy Theater on Sunset Boulevard. I don't know if you guys are music fans at all, but fucking the greatest bands in the world have performed there.
Right.
Yeah. And for me to be backstage and have, you know, a sold out crowd coming to see me and to be filming my special with like a really good director and producer, it was just like, you know, a dream come true. You know, so there's been lots of, and then there's been many moments, just performances at the Comedy Store. You know, you follow Kevin Nealon and fucking, you know, Bill Burr and shit, you know, and you hold your own. And you're like, wow, this is surreal.
Yeah.
You know? I made it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is that feeling like, you know, walking on the stage after Kevin Nealon walks off?
Well, you got to acknowledge that, you know, they killed it, you know?
Yeah.
You got to, you know, be humble. And then, you know, you got to go with your gut and do what you do. You know, you can't be a Kevin Nealon. You can't be a Dave Chappelle. You know what I mean? So, so I have enough confidence in myself to know that I can hold my own. And you wouldn't get there without that confidence anyway. You know what I mean?
Of course. Yeah.
And so you don't try to, outdo them or anything, but sometimes you do, man. And, you don't say it, but your friends will go, dude, you just killed it harder than so-and-so, know? And you feel like, because in comedy's the only thing, Derek, that, as you well know, that whether you've been doing it for 2 years or 30 years, it can be your night. So you can be the star of that night in the main room of the world famous Comedy Store. Maybe, Rogan has an off night, and you have a great night and all your jokes hit, you're feeling the audience, and there's nothing fucking like it. You know what I mean?
Nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing like it. And we've all been there where we had that magic night, right?
Yeah. So we had, on Friday, we had another comedian by the name of Damon Millard on. And him and I were talking, and he was like, I can't believe, I'm already hooked up with you. And, I did the show with Jamie Kennedy 2 weeks ago. He's like, after only 2 years, that's pretty freaking spectacular. And it's like, well, prior to this, as I've told you before, I was a pro wrestler for 15 years. And I was on stage every weekend, pretty much performing, a stand-up show, whether it had been funny or whether it had been mean. I learned how to control a crowd. Yeah. So I learned, to tell stories in a certain way. And, I was talking to somebody else the other day, and he's like, you can have 3 15-minute sets, and then you go on, 5-minute sets, and then go on stage for 15 minutes, and you can't put them together. And it's like, and that's not, of course, because that's not how you should write. You should write an hour-long special for yourself. And then say, this is my hour-long set. Okay, so tonight I'm going to go do these 5 minutes. Tonight I'm going to go do these 5 minutes. Then I'm going to take 5 minutes in between those 5 minutes and make sure that they flow together. And then do that over and over again. And then boom, you got your 1 hour. Yeah. And some people don't. And some people don't think like that. And that's like my philosophy, because that's how I wrote the story for wrestling. If I know I got a 6-week program with somebody, what's the story behind it? Yeah. So I made sure I wrote that story and told that story the entire time. And it's the same thing on stage. You got to tell that hour-long story and make sure you keep them ingrained in what you're doing that entire time.
Yeah. More than anything, you didn't have that stage fright either to overcome. Like a lot of people, what it is you want to be funny like you are around your friends when you do stand-up. But what gets in the way is this thought of you making this group of strangers fucking laugh. So you fucking tighten up. You become not yourself. You pretend to be something. You know what I mean? So once you get past that and you can just be yourself, that's half the battle, right? Yeah, and when you've been performing, in wrestling or whatever, you've overcome that. So you don't have that obstacle to deal with, like some people that may not have that experience deal with.
Yeah. Well, and another thing about being on stage is that, like, it's you guys alone up there having the conversation yourself. When Derek and I do, when Derek and I do, shows, we can make it funny because we go back and forth, but you can't do that when you're on stage. Yeah. Like, I don't know how you guys do that, honestly. That's the craziest part for me. It's like you guys just stand up there and kill it. I'm so jealous.
For me, it's all about just that crowd reaction. For me, I love the awkwardness of it all, especially if I'm telling like a joke that I know is just like, ooh, cringy. And that look in their eye of should I laugh or should I not laugh? Right. That look is priceless to me. I love that. And that's what it is. It's that reaction, because you're still talking to them. They're just not talking back all the time, right? Unless you get a heckler, and then I have fun. Yeah. Learning how to, and that's another thing too, especially with new comedians, they don't know how to deal with hecklers. Yeah. They're just those, oh, shut the fuck up. Well, that's not how you do it.
No, in the beginning, you want to just ignore them probably, But I also have canned lines. Like if someone won't shut up, I'll go, hey, Derek, I like to do this the way you like to have sex, alone. And then they'll usually just shut up. So I have some, ready to go for me to shut down a heckler. Because you never know, because a heckler can get in the way of your performance big time.
Yeah, exactly. I watch videos from, I think it's Steve Hofstetter. Is that right? Yes. Where he puts out videos all the time about like hecklers that he shuts down. And that he did that the other day. He was in the middle of a sentence and somebody said something and he was like, shut the fuck up. I'm in the middle of a thought. And then they did.
Yeah. Steve Hofstetter does that, and then Drew Lynch, another AGT guy, he likes to post stuff from hecklers that he gets tormented on stage, and
I love Drew Lynch.
I love the way he handles them. I mean, the way they handle them are just phenomenal.
Yeah. How do you handle hecklers?
Well, he just said it.
Well, you said sometimes.
I'll either ignore them, or I'll have some canned lines, or if I can think of something really good, which oftentimes I do, I've actually become super good at crowd play. I think crowd play is an art in itself. It's a little different than writing stand-up. And the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. And so with all the stage time I get, I've developed a really good comebacks for different situations. But one of my favorites is when this black dude had this giant black cowboy hat on, and it was huge. And when you're in Hollywood and you're an African American with a cow, you stand out. You know what I mean? But he kept heckling me. You know what I'm saying? I think he was just drunk and he was just having a good time. I didn't want to, fuck him up too bad. But I go, hey man, shut the hell up, Blackadal Dundee.
That's awesome.
And the room just exploded with laughter, but he was kind of mad. He was one of those guys who couldn't take a joke. He just knew how to put it out. But so he was really pissed. But that's one of my favorite moments where I nailed him.
That's a good one. I like that. That's awesome. I love that one. Yeah. I like that. All right, so I'm going to take a quick minute here for a sponsor break, and I will be right back. So guys, ladies, I'm here to tell you all about the revolutionary product for manscaping, the Lawnmower 3.0 from Manscaped. It is the one razor that will not nick you, not cut you. And when you're going downstairs on your balls, you don't want nothing to be, scratching you up, cutting you up, or whatever else the case might be. This thing is amazing. The way it's structured, the way it's built with this plastic piece right here versus all metal, it does not cut you in any which way, shape, or form. You could not do this with a regular razor. It is phenomenal in every which way, shape, and form. So right now, if you go to manscaped.com, grab yourself the Perfect Package 3.0. Not only will you get the Lawnmower 3.0, but you will also get this ball deodorant. Keep your balls smelling fresh all fucking day long. And you will also get this, the ball toner. Helps ingrown hairs from not coming back. And not to mention this beautiful, sleek, stylish carrying case. All at manscaped.com for $99.99. And when you use promo code ShutUpCameron, see it right there, ShutUpCameron, at checkout, you get 20% off. Also newly released at manscaped.com is the Weed Whacker, which is a nose and ear trimmer. Thing is lightweight, compact, good charger, not loud at all. It's just fantastic. What's great about both these products is they're both waterproof. You can use them in the shower, not have to worry about anything else. So guys, ladies, do yourself a favor. Go to manscaped.com, pick yourself up the Perfect Package 3.0 for $99.99 and use promo code ShutUpCameron for 20% off. Trust me, your balls will thank you. All right, so we're back. That was always fun. I love it. I love just plugging shit. Let me just tell you.
Yeah, maybe I'm going to shave my balls.
Hey, right? I will happily shave your balls. I will just grab them a handful. I will just stretch them out, make sure I get every last strand. I don't care, Jimmy. I got you, bud. I've had to practice. So
manscaping is important, guys.
Exactly. So tell me why you started doing the Zoom shows. I mean, a lot of people, aren't liking them or say they suck or whatever the case might be. We've all heard it. So what made you say, fuck it, I don't care what everybody else says, I'm doing this? And why? So what made you do that?
Honestly, at first I was hesitant to do Zoom shows too.
Yeah.
And I was honestly hoping that this would be like a 2-week thing, and I'd be back at the Comedy Store. producing live shows like I love to do. And it went into a month, and I was like, you know what? If I don't do something, by the time this is over, I'm going to be so fucking rusty, and I'm going to lose touch with all these great people that I've built momentum with, comedians and such. So, I just did it. And you were on actually my second show.
Oh, nice.
So, this is going to be the third show this Saturday.
Yep, tomorrow night.
Yeah, and we have Taylor Williamson on this one from AGT. Should be a really fun one.
Yeah, he's a good comic. I love him. He's so funny.
Yeah,
his awkwardness. Yeah, his awkwardness, his nerdiness is second to none. And I remember watching him on AGT. Heidi Klum hated him. I mean, or at least she gave that impression that she did, because she said he was too dirty and she didn't like some of his jokes or whatever the case might be. And then he just kept tormenting her. I loved it. It was so good. He's so good.
Yeah, that part almost was his flirting eventually, right, with Heidi Klum. Yeah. You see this little nerdy dude, and they really played it up. They made it seem like they almost had like a love affair at the end or something.
They did, yeah.
Really fun.
Yeah, but yeah, he's so funny. So I can't wait to see him perform tomorrow night. So funny little story about the dick that is me. So I've been talking back and forth to Jimmy. We've been having some good times. He's been inviting me on shows. We're talking about doing this. And then he texted me last week. He says, hey, we're doing a show, on the 13th. Cool, I'm there. And he told me who the headliner was. And I said, hey, can you get me Taylor for the show? And he's like, ask him your fucking self. And then I thought to myself, I'm like, oh, fuck, I haven't even asked Jimmy to be on the show yet.
Well, I didn't mean it that way. I just meant that we're going to be on the show together anyway, so you should
exactly.
Ask. And plus, I don't like asking other people. You know what I mean? Like, imagine if I told you to ask someone else to be on my show. That'd be weirder than me asking.
Yeah.
Directly. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Just more professional that way.
It really is. And but like I said, in that moment, I knew you wouldn't mean it like that, but I was like, shit, I haven't even asked Jimmy. That's dumb. And I'm like, hey, do you want to come on?
Honestly, I sometimes don't. I mean, obviously it's fun today and stuff like that, but because I get asked a lot actually to do different podcasts, and sometimes it's kind of a burden. You know what I mean? You got shit going on, and you got like I'm almost as busy now as I was when we didn't have a lockdown. It can get real busy. So sometimes I don't want to, but when I found out you guys had some actual viewers, I was like, okay.
Yeah, we got some viewers. We got some listenership. Yeah. Thankfully. This is like I said, our first live broadcast, or we're testing the waters here. But we know the actual podcast gets, a good amount of publicity and likes and links and everything else like that. So testing the waters here to see how it goes.
Your stuff on YouTube too, or?
Yeah. So right now we are live on Facebook and YouTube.
Oh, cool.
But we've never had a YouTube channel before technically. So
yeah. And everything that we're going to have on YouTube will just be our live broadcast. Maybe I'll put some other stuff up there, but so that's eventually what we're going to do.
Glad I could be your experiment.
Actually, last night at about like 10 o'clock at night, Kat and I were on here experimenting, with a test feed, and we had people watching. And we're like, "This is not real!"
I'm like, stop.
So it was actually kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, what was that?
Kat to do a stand up sometime.
Oh God. Huh? That would be like eating a bowl of vanilla ice cream, Jimmy. I mean, it's just so plain.
You have no idea. You have no idea, good sir.
You wouldn't even get the cherry on top on that one.
We've had that conversation before, sir. So fuck off.
No, that was about your sex life.
Whoa.
All right.
I didn't know this was going to turn into a roast battle.
Me either.
That's why I texted you that one week. I said, "Hey, is this going to be a roast?" I'm going to go with that too.
Actually, you would probably do roast battles on a different platform called UpLive, and so I'm going to have to invite. Yeah, no, I've had people from Comedy Central roast battle on it, so it gets really fun. But as you know, it's a different sort of muscle you use for roasting.
Yeah.
Oh, he would love that.
Oh my God.
He's like, I use the same muscle.
Yeah.
For reverend.
Exactly.
It's all dirty. It doesn't really fucking matter.
Right.
The more roast battle, the more it's not about the laughs in a roast battle. It's more about the oohs and the ahs and the boos. Like I will never forget one of the Comedy Central roasts. I cannot remember who said it for the life of me. But it was right after Chris Benoit, murdered his family and killed himself back in 2007. So, and they were doing the roast of Flavor Flav, and they go, "You've got so many kids, and you're so behind on child support that Chris Benoit's a better father than you," and the crowd just went, "Ooh!" And
right?
Flavor Flav in the background, kind of going, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. No, one of my favorite ones on Comedy Central was the roast of Charlie Sheen. Did you see that one?
Oh
Yes.
man,
That one was fucking good. I remember one of the jokes. That was when he was, at the peak of his partying, with those two porn stars and shit. And one of them goes, "Hey, thanks for coming. You look good, Charlie. You look like you got up at the crack of crack."
Nice.
Whatever. I thought he said that to give him credit, but that was fucking good.
You should have Eugenia on there to roast. That would be like epic.
I don't think
Because she's so nice.
Yeah, she wouldn't be a good roaster at all.
No.
I feel bad about roasting her.
No. You should have. Oh, okay.
she's
Oh, you mean just to roast her as like a celebrity? You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't think I don't know if she has. You have to have a certain amount of thick skin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to get. roasted.
Yeah.
Because I know.
Well, I mean, I know, but like,
her.
Can you imagine? I mean,
Oh.
me spending an hour just sitting here dissing you the entire time.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know if she can handle. I don't know. Maybe I don't know her that well.
right?
Yeah.
I thought she would be able to.
I don't know.
Cool. I don't know.
I mean, there's people that could take it, like, but then sometimes there's roast battles that are just bad, like the roast of Justin Bieber. That was an hour and a half of everyone just calling him a lesbian. I mean, that was that was horrible. That's not good at all.
He's not a lesbian.
I'm still
mean,
trying
what?
to figure out. I don't want to classify his gender because I don't.
A lot of
do that.
lesbians told me that he's the only guy that they would hook up with, so that means something.
That could make sense. I could see that. Yeah.
Well, I say that Ryan Reynolds is the only guy that I would ever hook up with. So does that make him a woman? Maybe.
I don't know. No. I mean, he is pretty. Don't get me wrong. He's super pretty, but you know.
I don't know. It's what it is. So tell me, when you found out you were going to do that special on Amazon Prime, what went through your head? What preparations did you go through for that? I mean, how long did it take to put that together?
Probably 10 years of doing stand-up to have an hour for me. They say that your first hour takes the longest to develop. And then when I decided I was going to do it, just shit started falling into place, which you love. You know that you're on the right path when you have some serendipity.
Yeah.
And and one of my director told me, you have to, because I don't know if you guys are familiar with LA. It's so hard to even get 10 minutes in LA.
Yeah.
You always get 5 or you get 7, but you're not going to get 10 unless you're a fucking headliner. It's impossible because there's just so many people that want to do stand up here. So with that said, he said, you have to do your hour at least 5 times. I go, what? I can just string it all together, thinking that I had it in my head. I could just, it's different when you're doing the whole hour and you want it to make sense and you want it to be funny.
Right.
So that was the best advice I had. So for me to, what I had to do is, because I do have a stage where I can give people stage time, I basically bribed people with spots at the Comedy Store to let me have an hour at their bar. You know what I mean? Their bar show. And so, which is a fair trade. You get fucking 10 minutes at the Comedy Store. That's, worth an hour at your bar. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I ended up doing it. And then the turning point where I knew I was ready, my friend gave me an hour headlining spot at the Ice House in Pasadena, which is unheard of. And it's one of the best rooms. If you ever feel shitty about your stand-up, and you're feeling insecure, go do the Ice House, because it makes you feel so good, you know.
Yeah.
It was like just a bunch of drunk Latins and you know, people that fucking want to laugh.
Yeah.
And it was fucking, you know, I killed it for an hour straight, just like
nice,
you know, level 10, you know what I mean, the whole way through. And that's when I knew I was ready. And that's so awesome. that was like the turning point to where, okay, I'm going to go all in. We're shooting forward, got the investor, got, you know, the space and all that shit. So it was a really focus period, you know, where I knew what I was going to do. And I had, you know, it's not like you can go, oh, I'm going to do an hour, you know, you know, and do an hour special and have it be a good one if you're not doing some sort of planned preparation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so it was a very busy year of preparation.
But so where is your favorite place to perform?
Still, it's the Comedy Store. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Even
that's
to this day, I do like the Hollywood Improv, too, just in case they're listening.
Right.
No, Hollywood Improv, and you know, you feel this energy of everyone that's went up there, you know? Everyone from Jim Carrey to fucking Robin Williams to Jerry Seinfeld, you know, over at the Improv particularly. You just know that, you know, you're on the stage that the greats have been on. Yeah. And so just to be there, it's an honor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, so those are my two favorites. And then outside of that, I love performing in my hometown, you know, Tacoma, Washington, at the Tacoma Comedy Club. Shout out Tacoma Comedy Club.
Right.
And also I love the Irvine Improv. You know, you pack that place out, you feel like you made it. It's like it's at this mall, which seems like a kind of a weird place to have a comedy club, but it seats like 700 people. So when you look out and, you know, look out into the audience, it feels like you know you're in a fucking arena or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so that I really enjoy that. And if you can get that room going, it's so much fun.
Cool. Gotcha.
But, you know, a few others that come to mind is Zanies in Nashville. I love Zanies.
Yeah.
They're just so nice over there. Like when I first went over there, like people would just say, hey, how you doing? How you doing? Hi. You know, and, welcome to Nashville. Welcome to Nashville. And I'm just like, you talking to me?
Southern hospitality.
Yeah. In LA, nobody even fucking looks at you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one says hi unless you're fucking like Brad Pitt or some shit.
Right,
you know
of course. Yeah.
So, you know, to come from that to get that Southern hospitality, it was a real treat. You know, the people are so great.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. When I moved from Maryland down to Texas in San Antonio, that's how like the transition was. Like over here, nobody looks at you on the coast, but then you go down to South Texas, and we were waiting in the rental car lobby, and somebody was like, "Hi, how are you? What are you doing here? Are you waiting for da da da?" You know, and they just struck up a whole conversation, and I'm like, "I'm home again," because I'm from Kansas, and we do that there also. But yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So, did you approach Amazon or did Amazon approach you?
I approached Amazon, and basically they vet your video, but you almost got to know someone to even get a look these days because there's so many people wanting. Because there's a difference between Amazon Prime and just regular Amazon. Like anyone can sell their video on Amazon, but to have it on their streaming service, you have to almost have an in, you know, and they have to request it from you like they often do, or you have to know one of the producers there.
Yeah. I think that same thing goes for the books. There's a difference in still Amazon Prime, like that books get sold on Prime. And then there's a difference in, because they own Goodreads too. I just recently found out. And so they control a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, he's the richest man in the world.
Right.
So you recorded your special and then you took it to them.
I took it to them. Yeah.
Gotcha. Now, did you have a backup plan?
Honestly, I hope they're not listening, but they were my backup plan.
I was going to say, why would you record it? And then what was your plan there?
Yeah. My first choice was somewhere else. I'm not going to,
Okay.
just in case.
Does,
But
does it start with an N and end with an X?
yeah, you're okay. Thanks, Derek. You just ruined it. Cancel my fucking show on there.
You could have just been like, no, I have no idea what you're talking about.
What the heck is that?
Right.
Nut fucks? What the hell's nut fucks? I don't know what that is.
No.
I said,
Where do you come up with this stuff?
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out this.
It doesn't even end.
An N and an X. FUX.
With that, honestly, is coming up right now on their on their comedy content. They right after me, they fucking came up on some really good ones.
Yeah,
and
Jimmy Yang, I think his name
Jimmy
is.
Yang on there. Ron Bowden, one of my favorite comedians.
Yeah,
he's got his special on there, so it's come up since then.
For sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, even I think Hulu's getting in on the action.
Are they?
Oh yeah.
Really?
I thought I saw somebody. I can't remember, but I could have sworn I saw a couple stand-up specials on there. But I mean, they'd be stupid not to. I mean, that like comedy is where it's at these days. I mean, yeah, you can go on there and binge a good TV show, but to turn on your favorite, person and just watch it over and over and over again, it's there's nothing like it. I mean, my favorite comedy special, of all time is actually pretty recent, and it's Anthony Jeselnik's Caligula. That is just
Anthony.
Oh my God, Anthony is like. My God, I love that guy.
Yeah, he's the master of the left turn, man. He's so fucking funny. One of my favorite jokes. He goes, "Yeah, I lost my grandmother in the Holocaust museum." He'll always just like have a left turn of what you think it's gonna be, and then it's something completely different.
It is.
Right.
I mean, even the simplest jokes of his.
Like I've had him on the Shindig show.
Oh wow,
Anthony Jeselnik, dude.
If I could ever meet that man, I don't know what I would say. But
he's
I mean,
cool.
he's got to be. He's got to be.
Yeah,
he's just got to be. But I just love, like you said, he's a master of the right turn or the left turn, whatever you want to call it. I mean, like his joke about the fucking parrot. My ex-girlfriend had a parrot, man. That thing would not shut the fuck up. But the bird was cool. It's easy and simple joke.
Yeah.
And it's just like, damn, it's just so good. I love comedy. I mean, I could sit here and just talk about, some of the greats, from George Carlin to Pryor to Eddie Murphy to everybody else and just be like, okay, man, where do you say, okay, these are my influences?
I would say Eddie Murphy early on, was when I first thought like stand-up was like the best thing in the world, You could go up there and fucking just tell your story and you have, these people eating out of your hand. And, he was just the amazing back then, you know what I mean? And actually he was secretly going to comedy clubs here in LA and practicing for an hour special for a comeback. Before all this shit went down.
I've heard that.
$80 million. So they asked, what would it take for Eddie Murphy to come back to stand up? It would take $80 million.
Right.
So,
I've been hearing about that for a while. So, I mean, if it ever comes together for fruition.
Doing some sets.
Oh, man, I would love to see what it does. I mean,
right?
I mean, he hasn't done one since the 80s.
Yeah. Dude, but could you imagine the fucking pressure of that? Here you have two of the most classic stand-up specials ever, right? And you haven't done it in 30 fucking years because you were too busy being a movie star making fucking millions of dollars, right? And in your plush fucking, estate. And then you got to come down from the estate and comment on what's going on with us common folk.
Yeah.
And make it relatable again, because he was so relatable, right? Even if you didn't have the kind of childhood, you remember playing like he did, or you could relate to the kind of women that he would talk about. And you know what I mean? But now he's just such a different person. So I would be very interested to see how he comes up with his new stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, especially in that, with the, his, again, two of the most famous ever. There was one joke, I can't remember which one it was on, but he was talking about how, American women are just constantly bitches, and, they're always bitching, and you can't do this for me, you can't do that for me. What, so he's going to go to Africa, and he's going to get a wife from Africa because they're more appreciative.
I love
and
that.
then it does.
Goonie Google. And then they put out some fucking American LA bitches. And then he's like, Eddie, what have you done for me lately, Eddie?
That's it. That's the fucking one.
Hey,
but to tell that joke now would be, people would fucking explode. Now people will listen to it from 30 years ago and be like, laugh about it. Oh, that was the times. That was how it was.
Yeah.
But now, if he was to go on stage and say anything like that, he would be booed off the stage.
Actually, there's a show about that. It's called 90 Day Fiance.
Right?
People from like the Ukraine, the Philippines, Thailand, and shit. And then they come over here and then they fucking get all entitled and shit. It's funny.
Did you watch it?
I gotta watch this now.
You seen that show? It's one of my fucking quarantine faves, dude.
I've heard of it. I've just never actually watched it. I need to watch this shit.
Yeah, watch it. It's funny as shit, dude. It's real. It's what reality TV used to be before it got so scripted. You know what I mean? And actually, you see it getting more and more scripted as the seasons go on.
Yeah.
It's so popular that those people, you know what Cameo is, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Those people make a living off of Cameo now.
Oh, yeah.
After they're off the show. So if you're, popular on the show, you can fucking make a living just doing shout outs to people.
Right.
Yeah. For $25-$30 a pop,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they're killing it. It's like the new, Kardashians.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think, is that like a good thing to be the new Kardashians?
It is if it means you become a billionaire.
I guess.
Isn't that the American dream nowadays, to just like sit on your couch and lounge there all day and show up to a party every now and again and make $1 million doing it?
Well, see, I guess, my original dream was, to get famous like Kim did and just star in a porno. But I figured that was how I would get into comedy, because that thing would just be hilarious as shit.
Yeah.
Right.
There's still time there.
There's still time. Hey, baby!
That's right.
Yeah.
Dude, there's comedy's so popular. There's porn stars doing comedy now.
Oh yeah,
that's
I had
amazing.
Ron Jeremy asked me for a fucking spot at the Hollywood Improv.
Did you give it to him?
Like your work, but I don't know if you can translate that to stand up quite yet.
Oh, I'm sure he could. Did you give him a spot?
No, not that one. Actually, you can't just, even if you're, famous like he is, you can't just come to Hollywood Improv and get a spot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because there's a set time for everybody. So I would have to bump like Derek or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give him a spot. Would you give up your fucking spot to give it to Ron Jeremy?
No.
You would have your moment at the fucking Hollywood Improv. Of course you would.
Right.
No,
How far do you guys plan?
Well, you get the lineup. It's fixed. So someone can't just show up and say, not even on my Zoom show could I do that. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't bump somebody so you could, I wouldn't make the show so fucking long, for one person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because let's say you have a 7:00 show at the Hollywood Improv, you got to be out of there. There's a hard out by 9. There's another show at 9. So it's not like you get unlimited time to have these shows.
No,
on Zoom, if you really wanted someone on there, you could do it. But at the Comedy Store, if you aren't out of there, they'll basically, whoever's at the end, they'll fucking turn the lights on you. You know what I mean? And fucking play the music on, and you'll basically be kinked out of your spot.
That would be just a horrible thing.
So in other words, if you give it to someone like him, you have to fuck someone else over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not, in the business of doing that.
Well,
yeah.
Eddie Murphy fucking came and said, "Can I get a spot?" I'll be like, Derek, unfortunately,
I'm down.
There's been a change in the program.
Right.
Coming out all the way from wherever the fuck you came from. But not tonight. Okay.
Right.
And I actually, if it was Eddie Murphy, would you really do
Hell
that?
no.
Okay.
I'd be like, can I at
How
least
are you
sit in
going
the crowd
to
and
even be
watch?
mad, right?
Yeah,
Like, can I at least get
I want
I'll watch.
Actually, my whole show was bumped by Dave Chappelle one night because he
Uh-huh.
decided he wanted to perform for the NBA All-Star show.
Oh.
And fucking, I found it an honor. I lost
Right.
out on thousands of dollars for that night, and I had to give all my ticket sales back and all that. But it was still an honor to be fucking bumped by Dave Chappelle.
Right?
Yeah.
Dang.
But yeah, hell
That's
yeah. I
a
mean,
crazy world to live in, by the way. Because, like, how many other industries are like that?
Yeah.
That's
No,
insane.
you know, if Dave Chappelle shows up, the waters fucking part like the Red Sea.
Right, of course.
And they let him do anything. One night I seen one of the craziest that he was so drunk and he was wearing sunglasses and he was chain smoking cigarettes in the original room of the Comedy Store. And he was just fucking talking shit. Like he was like almost slurring his words. He was so drunk, but people were still fucking laughing. And he kind of like, hey, a bar hoe, called the waitress a bar hoe. Bring me a Corona, you know?
Damn.
And he was like, did you just call me a bar hoe? You know, but it's fucking Dave Chappelle. He can call you a bar hoe, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The Me Too movement. You know what I'm saying? And then he goes, and then he made it into a joke. He goes, now, but when you bring it to me, make sure you open it in front of me. So you don't spit in it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I bet after that.
Like he knows he fucked up, and then
Yeah.
you know someone would spit in his drink over some shit like that.
oh my God, yeah.
So yeah,
Do it.
but it was. But if I said that, I'd be banned from the fucking Comedy Store for life.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's Dave
Yeah.
Chappelle. So
Yeah.
he, you know.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, even in those situations, I mean, it's like, yeah, you got to watch what you say in some scenarios because you don't know how they're going to react.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you could spend an hour just going up there and busting on the entire crowd. You know, like some people would do, which is a thing. And you know, you could say one thing to the wrong person and just you're done. I mean, it's, yeah.
And he has, you know, he's had canceled shows. He's had a lot of drama around his career.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, especially after walking out on the Chappelle show and, you know, ending his friendship with his longtime best friend, Neil Brennan, and stuff like that, you know, which, by the way, I don't know if you've seen this. I mentioned Caligula, but Neil Brennan's show, I think it came out last year or 2 years ago on Netflix. Three mics. Hands down, probably one of the greatest performances I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Not just because I loved the transitions between them. You know, he was telling his real deep dark stories.
I've heard both things. You know, some people really loved it. Other people were like, that wasn't really stand up. You know, it was more. I
don't know. I mean,
therapy.
Yeah, but I mean, with somebody that's bipolar, you know, and especially someone that's
related. Yeah, so
He loves therapy.
I mean, this show is my therapy. I mean, going up on stage is my therapy. You know, doing all this stuff.
Vulnerable he got though, man. He really talked about his dad cutting him out of the will. I mean, you know, that's some deep shit. So no, I really respect him and love that he went that deep.
Yeah, but if you, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen Three Mics on Netflix, check it out. It is not what you expect, but you'll come out, in my opinion. Yeah, you won't regret it.
Okay, I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. But I mean, there's just so much good comedy out there, and there's so many good people that should be bigger than they are. You know, and it's just like, damn, what is it going to take for this person to get bigger than, you know, they should be? And then you see some people that you're like, I'll be listening to Comedy Central Radio, or I'll be listening to, you know, Comedy USA on Sirius XM, whatever. And I'll just hear some of these famous comics, and it's like, I don't get it. I you know, and I'm not going to name names because I'm not going to diss anybody. That's not what I'm about. But it's like, how is that even funny? And then you hear somebody else come on, so you've never even heard of, and they just kill. And it's like, what? Why is that guy not the headliner?
Because it's not all about being funny, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're right.
It's like even in wrestling, I would imagine it's not being the best fucking wrestler.
No.
You know what I mean? You got to have that fucking, you know, that flair. You got to have that fucking stage presence. You got to have that business smart. You know, The Rock didn't become the most famous entertainer and make the most money in entertainment last year because he was the best wrestler.
Oh,
Right.
hell no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's the fucking Rock. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yep.
So that's, you have to have all your ducks in a row. You can't
You really
be
do.
just being funny. In fact,
Yeah.
some people that are super funny, they just don't have a very much people skills.
Yeah.
Believe
I
it
can
or
see
not,
that. Yeah. Yeah.
that these people would be fucking experts at human relations because they talk about, human relations so well up on stage. They get off that stage, they become like savants, man. Like they don't even fucking look you in the eye. They say weird shit. They have mental illness. You know what I mean? They have fucking weird shit going on. You know what I mean? They won't even talk. And so if you're not talking to the producer, you're not going to get very far. You know what I mean?
Right.
No matter how fucking much you killed it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, you've got to make you. Yeah, so and I hate saying this but it's true. It's not who you know, it's who you blow, and you've got to,
Do you think it is still who you blow now after the Me Too movement?
No, not no.
He doesn't mean like literally.
I mean it figuratively.
I was hoping you meant literally, but
Like-
Oh, if you still want it literally, hey. It's only a 3-hour flight, bud.
He never said he wouldn't.
No, but I mean, in all seriousness, though, I do think, that I think that still comes up because you can go up to a producer and be like, hey, my name is, Derek, I think I did a great job tonight. I think I, blah, 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 blah. But they don't want to hear about them. They want to hear about themselves and what can you do for me? I heard you out there, but how are you going to make me better? How are you going to make me more money? So that's blowing in them these days. And, in a figurative way,
Scratching their back.
You get it. That's the business part of it. Some people don't get.
Yeah.
And they think, oh yeah, I'm funny, so book me. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's millions of other funny people, you know what I mean? That are also wanting to be booked. What else are you bringing to the table? So that's the element I think people miss.
Absolutely. Because it's a business. It's not just, I can go up on stage and be funny. You're 100% right. There's a business behind it. And if you don't know that business, you don't act that business, they're never going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
You're still going to be playing, 3rd Street Comedy Club and, featuring for, whoever's in town that week. And that's it.
Yeah.
Which, that is not going to be me. No, I won't let that happen.
That's that confidence factor we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. I mean, it's some people call it arrogance and some people call it an ego. Call it whatever you want. I failed at being, I didn't fail at being a wrestler, but I spent 15 years on the independent circuit, didn't go anywhere, and eventually broke my neck. Before that, I was a musician playing on stage, with bands and all this other stuff. Never went anywhere. I've spent the last 20 years of my life as an entertainer doing absolutely nothing. I mean, I've entertained thousands of people, but got nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm almost 40 years old. I turned 40 in, 9 months, whatever it is. If I don't make it now, I'm never going to make it. So it's, now it's like, okay, you know what? There's nobody going to sit there and
here's
say.
The cool part. I do agree with you to a certain. There is a sense of urgency when you hit your 40s, but comedy is the only thing. If you're funny, you can be fucking 90.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about this season's AGT, there's this old 80-year-old stand-up comedian.
Yes.
Okay. I forget. Fuck. I can't think of his name right now. But he's fucking making his dream come true at 80 fucking years old.
Yeah.
These guys that are half his age, these young bucks at 40 years old saying that it's over for them. I don't know. You know what I mean? There's always, a chance when you're doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah, I agree. Age is just a number.
Yeah. Yep. You never know when you're going to get that big break in stand-up. That's the cool part about stand-up.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of people really did make it later on. You know what I mean? George Carlin, he made it later on. He was just a nominal guy. Mark Maron, he was he grinded on his podcast for 10 fucking years before it got any traction. You know what I mean?
Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, dude. We could sit here name off names all long. So no, I don't believe that 40 is the age.
And neither do I, but it's like, but now it's just like, what do I got to do?
Doesn't want to work.
Right.
and go to the country club. And then you don't got much time, buddy, to make $1 million.
Exactly.
But honestly, if you're doing stand-up for our listeners to make money, you're in the wrong fucking business. There is stand-up. You know, in 10 years, I finally started making a good living. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But by no means rich. But I don't do it for the money. I do it because I love it. You know, I could have been a lot of other things to make money, you know, but, you know, you do it for the love. And then if you do it long enough, you will get your breaks.
Exactly. All right. Well, Jimmy, I know your time's running short, so I appreciate you coming on the show tonight. Guys, check us out tomorrow night on the Shindig Show, live on Zoom at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. East. Tickets are available on Jimmy's Instagram page at I am Jimmy Shin on Instagram, or you can pick them up at Suck It Podcast on Instagram as well.
And Eventbrite too.
Yeah, and Eventbrite. Yeah, we got the links everywhere. So yeah. Jimmy, I appreciate it. I will talk to you tomorrow night, man. But I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for me so far.
Thanks for having me, guys. I had a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, me too. Have a good night, man.
Later, gang.
Wow, I love that guy.
Yeah, I know you do.
He's such a good guy. I'm glad you finally got to meet him.
Me too. He's cool.
He's such a good fucking guy.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what do you think of our first live broadcast?
I don't know. I really wish we could go live on Instagram. I'm really mad about that, honestly. Like StreamYard, what can we do?
It's not StreamYard. The thing about it is Facebook, who owns Instagram, needs to say, hey, wait a minute, we can do live streaming over here, but why can't we do it over here?
Because like I could go live on my phone technically, but like that wouldn't be
it wouldn't be conducive.
It would just be me on there, unless
well, no, you could hold it up to the screen, but then at the same time you couldn't hear anything.
No. That would be awful.
It would be awful.
I'm mad that we can only go to 2 places. Just saying.
Well, we can go to more than 2 places, but I just choose not to pay for it yet because I want to see how it does.
True.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And eventually we're gonna go away from this platform and jump over to Twitch and YouTube, but we're gonna try to build a following. So watch out for Twitch. That's coming soon.
Yep.
Because I like the interaction more of Twitch. Our first one, we haven't gotten the best amount of listeners, or watchers tonight, which is fine. I wasn't expecting everybody to jump on because they're still expecting us to upload it tonight at 10 o'clock and then listen it tomorrow morning. And then boom, we got 15,000 listens. That's how it works for us. I put deodorant on. What the fuck?
Oh, I thought it was just dark because of like the shadow or something. Oh.
Fucking.
Were you nervous?
I guess. No, actually, it's just hot down here today.
Yeah.
But I love what we're doing, Kat. I mean, this is just some of the funnest shit we've ever done. We've had some great people on. Are you sucking somebody off now? Are you blowing somebody in order to get ahead?
Ran out of water. And I went to drink, like try to get the last drops, and it made that noise, the.
Yeah, I'm covering up my water bottle today. I don't want people to see what it is because they told us no on a sponsorship.
Oh. Well, Medline hasn't told us no yet. Maybe we should get them with a half of a Paw Patrol sticker on there.
I don't think they want to sell their cups to our listeners.
They should want to. They're amazing cups. I want more.
They're pea cups.
They're not. They are pea cups.
They're fucking pea cups.
Valid point. Valid point. Still, I like them.
Yeah. So how was your day today?
It was great. My daughter went over to one of her friends' house, if they're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
And they went to the beach, and I got some work done that I have been procrastinating on, and I actually got like a lot done in an hour, and I was happy. I have not updated my own particular website in 3 episodes. And so I updated it and scheduled my next 2.
Well, I mean, haven't we've talked about you getting rid of that website.
Correct. But
you just haven't done it yet.
Right. Well, you were supposed to switch it, number 1. And number 2, I paid for it for the entire year anyway, in like January or February. And I like to put show notes up and links to things. And currently, the way that our website's set up, I can't do that. So
I will, what do we need to put show notes for?
Okay, look, here's it's for business. Listen, if you put links in things, like I can put the links, I can attach links into a description so that people can click on them. Can click on them.
I got some for you to lick on.
No. But in any event, yeah. So if you switch our website over, then I actually want to keep that domain because I thought of it and it's mine.
Yeah, so you just continue to pay the $9 a year for $10 a year, whatever it is, for the domain.
Oh.
Nobody else could. You don't have to keep the website up. You just got to buy. You can just. That's how people fucking make money. You just think of fucking domains and then go and buy them all, and then you own them, and then sell them for twice what you paid.
Right. I wish somebody would come buy my domain. Anybody want to buy it? I'm down.
I mean, it's a great. To be honest with you, I mean, the podcast that you had before, and you still do have, that name, The Teachable Soul, is a great. It's a great name.
I know.
It could be.
I know how great it is. I did it on purpose.
I'm sure
I did all of it. I ranked first on Google with that name, just so we're all clear, because I'm super proud of it. In any event, sorry, I'll stop bragging.
Hey, it's motivational. It's it gets the point across.
It does.
It really does.
Deep. It's deep. I love deep conversations.
Yeah, I know.
I do. They get me jazzed, which is super weird. I'm aware. Okay.
I enjoy funny conversations because
I know
that's what I do. I'm funny.
And I do too. But when I'm going like super deep in the middle of my teachable soul moment, it's hard to go funny with like random people that I haven't even met before, honestly.
Well, whenever I'm going deep, it's really hard for me to get funny too, especially with people I've never met before.
You took that to a whole other place. That's not mine.
That was so good.
Right.
I love me.
I know you do.
So like you started saying one thing, I'm like, oh, here it comes. It's brewing. I'm just waiting for you to shut up so I can say it.
Yeah. You and every other male trust.
Hey, I am the king of innuendos.
We know.
Yeah.
We hear them all the time.
And some of them are cheesy and open and just, oh yeah, I saw that coming a mile away. I don't care.
Right.
Who gives a shit? It's fucking funny.
Yeah.
My wife says it all the time. Derek, get over it. I mean, come on. It's like, she'll be like, hey, what do you want for dinner? I don't know. Cock in your mouth.
Right.
And after 13 years of hearing that, it's like, no, I don't want a cock in my mouth. I'm hungry.
Or that's what she said jokes that people make all the time.
Oh, yeah. But see, nowadays, you got to get creative with it. You've actually got to set somebody up. You've got to sit there and go, okay, how can I make this dirty? And then say something with the utmost intention of it being serious. But in your head that it's dirty. And you're making it dirty on purpose. Even though it's going to come out serious with the intention of somebody saying, that's what she said. And then everyone goes, that motherfucker.
My husband one time, he makes me laugh because he makes everyone laugh because he's like super awkward. And one time he made, like he said, that's what she said. And then replied to himself and said, oh, crap.
He said, oh, crap?
No.
That's not funny.
It's I know. Shut up. It's He basically replied to himself and was like, "That's what's up," or something like that. And the whole room was like, "Did you just do that to your own self?" Like you were the one who said it. You can't say that to your own self. He's so awkward. I love it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I can't wait to meet your husband.
It's going to be fun. Oh, God. No, I lied. You're never going to meet him.
Why?
Because you're mean. And he can't take it.
Oh, so you're telling me that I would, say mean things to him?
Oh, you would do it just to like josh with him back and forth, but he would like upon first meeting, that's something you would do, but he would possibly take it personally. It is what it is. He knows who he be. Don't worry.
Wow. That's not even cool. If I am meeting you and one of the first things I do is insult you, that's a fucking compliment.
I know. And okay, listen, I had to learn this from him because I grew up in a household where if you're making fun of each other, that means you love that person.
Exactly. If I'm not making fun of you, that's when you need to fucking worry.
Exactly.
Because I'm plotting your death in the back of my head.
Exactly. It's same. Like me and my brother and my sister, that's exactly how we talk all the time. As a matter of fact, I was talking to my sister the other day and I was like, I can't wait for you guys to meet Derek. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to have a blast just ripping each other back and forth. It's going to be amazing. But
I can't wait for the world to meet Derek. Derek is a phenomena that needs to be brought to the world.
No.
The country.
It needs to be kept inside.
Even fucking Antarctica, the 7 continents need a little Derek in their life.
Do they?
But if I had my choice, all the women would have a big part of Derek in their life.
I was going to say, when you say Derek, it sounds like you mean Dick, and I don't know really how to.
So I was going there, but you had to let me build it up. I can't just jump straight to the punchline.
Yes, you can.
So it's not be like, hey, to get to the other side. What? Oh, I'll tell you the rest later.
I mean, hey, that's a thing that happens, right?
Yeah, I mean, telling somebody the punchline before you get to the end, that's just bad. Well, who does that? So you had to let me get there and build it up. God.
Okay. I'm sorry I ruined your fun. So how was your day?
It was long and exhausting, to be honest with you.
Was it?
Oh. Yeah. I had a lot of driving and a lot of other shit to do. I had to go places that I'm not allowed to talk about.
Of course. Of course.
Hey. God, I love me.
You're a goober.
I'm hyping myself up. I got another comedy show tomorrow night. I got to get in that frame of mind. I got to get ready to kill with that 7 minutes again.
Right. Of course.
This right here is my audience, and it's
right.
If they're not laughing, it's apparent.
Are you gonna minimize it this time? So you can
I'm gonna minimize it this time. So for those of you that are watching, when I did the Zoom show last time, if you guys didn't watch, I kept looking over here to the to my right, or looks like to your left or whatever, but it looked like I was reading from my script or I had all my jokes written down or whatever. But that wasn't that's not what I was doing at all.
He was looking at himself because he loves himself.
No, the presenter kept putting my face up on screen so everyone could see it. And I get that. That's how it works on Zoom. But I cannot stare at myself and tell jokes to myself. Even when I'm in the bathroom preparing for a show, and I'm like trying to get the sound of everything right and the timing right, and I have the camera on, I'm staring at the wall. I'm not staring at the mirror. I only stare at the mirror to kind of make sure that my faces are right, because I do have some faces that kind of make me, just to add the accentuation part. Like, when I say, no, I would never marry my daughter. She's a lesbian. So, it's like you got to make sure you add the facial, because people are like, what?
Right, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want to hear the beginning of that joke, see, now that is why you tell the punchline later, to build suspense. So if you want to hear the beginning of that joke and why I say I would never marry my daughter, Listen tomorrow to
Other
the
than the
Shindig
fact
show.
that it's illegal.
No, that's not the point.
You said as to why you would never marry your daughter as if it was an option.
No, that's not even the point. Well, okay, so you that was like going up on stage and saying, "No, I'd never kill anybody because it's illegal." That's not funny.
No, but it's funny when I say it, other than the fact that it's illegal and wrong on so many levels, regardless.
You see this?
No.
You see this? You see
Nope.
this right here? Right here?
Nope.
This
Nope.
is my imaginary bowl of vanilla ice cream. I'm just gonna sit here and
You can fuck off.
you know.
Are you trying to bait me into doing this? Because that's what it feels like. I feel a little bit.
Wait a minute. You think I'm trying to bait you?
You
think? Wait a minute. You think I, Derek, the king of awesome, the master of all that are things that are great, the great and powerful,
right,
would ever try to bait you into a situation where you're gonna try to roast me or comedy? And
oh no, you're right. That's so out of character for you.
I would
so out of character. Never.
I don't want to insult you, boo. I don't want to make you cry.
Right. So anyhow,
girl, if I roasted you, I'd tear you another asshole just so your husband can fuck it. Okay, so that's what I would do there. So I would make you hurt so bad that your husband would enjoy it.
That my husband
would enjoy it.
Me hurting?
Yeah, because I'd give you
He's
another
not
hole.
Into that.
I'd give you another hole for him to fuck.
He's not into that. So he wouldn't enjoy it. There, I killed your joke. Ha!
All right, fine. Then I just fuck it. I'll tear you a new asshole just so I can fuck it. How about that?
Then he'll get mad.
Didn't we already say that I'm trying to insult a guy?
No, I thought you were trying to insult me. What?
Oh.
When were you?
Wait a minute. Am I insulting you or him? I can't remember.
I thought you were trying to insult me.
Fuck. Now I lost my train of thought. Now what am I doing?
All right. So no.
Oh my God. Huh?
Out of control.
I am out of control.
Yeah.
But this is why I love this show, because I get to do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And you get to do whatever you want. Oh, you won't. I forgot it's mirrored.
Yeah, right. So, speaking of getting to do whatever we want, hold on. So, since it's LGBTQ month, I feel the need to bring this up.
Please.
I just got a notification. This says that Trump administration further stripped away protections for LGBTQ people by allowing health providers to deny service to them.
I saw this today.
Oh, you did already?
I did.
Oh, all right. And
however, I chose not to click it because I would get angry.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to get angry.
Anytime the word Trump comes up on like news, I know I can't click it.
No.
I read the headline, but I can't click it.
Yeah, especially when it's stuff like that. Now, if I'm on Twitter and I see the name, Donald Trump come up on Twitter, I'm reading that shit because that shit's funny.
Oh Lord. I
mean, he's got some of the greatest things ever, ever, on Twitter.
I can't wait to move out of this country.
Wait. Where are you gonna go? Oh, wait, man. I know where you're
away from here. By the way, you can't say that. Just so
I'm not
clear.
I know I'm not. So I'm not gonna say where, but well, the thing about it is so Kat is moving in a year, and one of us is going to be severely inconvenienced by this move. So I think since it's her moving, I should make her inconvenienced.
I think we're both going to be severely inconvenienced by this move, dear.
Hold on. So what time is it there? Hold on. What time is it there?
Like 2 a.m. probably. No idea. Find out.
All right. It is 1:25 a.m. there right now.
Oh no!
So
but then remember, by then we're gonna be
yeah.
it'll be
So
fine.
I'll do it in the morning, and then you'll do it in the afternoon or nighttime, whatever. Oh, yeah, that might work.
Yeah, or vice.
But either way, yeah, exactly.
Oh no, because then you'd have to do it at like 2:00 in the morning. Yeah,
I ain't doing
yeah.
shit at 2:00 in the morning.
exactly. Same. So no, you're not going to inconvenience me.
The only thing I'm going to be doing at 2:00 in the morning is comedy on the strip with a beer in my hand.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
I need support, dear.
Of course I'm supporting you. It was a joke.
I know. I'm kidding.
You talk about my skin. Okay. Thought you had thicker skin.
I'm sensitive. I don't like it when people make fun of me.
Oh.
Mommy! Where's my mommy? Mommy!
Hey, I have a serious question for you.
Yes.
So one time my sister told me that my voice sometimes sounds like a character from South Park to her. Do you see that? Because I'm self-conscious about it now. And I don't know how to fix it.
Say the word Stanley.
Stanley.
Now say Stanley Mean.
Stanley Mean.
No. Say it with some
say
anger. Say it with some anger in your voice.
Stanley!
Good God. No. No.
They killed Kenny. I should say.
No.
No, still?
No. Just
maybe
leave
I
it
have
alone.
to get maybe I you know why I bet she said that actually?
If you had your Kansas City hick voice, maybe you sound a little bit more like Kyle's mom or Kenny's mom or Stan's mom.
So first of all, people in Kansas City don't have a hick accent. I got made fun of for my hick accent when I moved to Kansas City, so fuck you. I'm very sensitive about it. But if you
Are you really?
No.
You are. If you're really fucking sensitive about your hick accent, then do me a favor. Don't go visit your family and come back on the show.
Right?
Because it's going to be an hour of nothing but me talking shit the entire time.
Oh, no. If you get me around people who also have that accent, I will go right back into it, and there is nothing I can do.
So, Nikki, if you're listening, if you're on the show, I can't tell if you're on the show or not. My cousin that was on the show last night, messing with us, I will take you back to there. That place, she knows it. My whole family knows it. That hick place in Ohio that they're from, you will have so much fun there. Remember how we were talking to Damon, and Damon was like, "Oh, let's put a Walmart here. Oh, let's stick around. They're having all these, that is my fucking family."
That's cool.
As you go away from the Walmart, you see these nice houses. And as you get deeper and deeper and deeper into Lima, all it goes is the farms again.
Right.
And then you get to my family's house and they're like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'll never forget, my grandfather, rest in peace, but when she would call my dad's name is Ken. So she'd be like, "Kenny, right? Oh my God. And I'll never, ever get that, that thought out of my head. Just, the fact of my grandmother sitting in her wheelchair, just yelling, "Kenny!"
I bet.
Oh God. It's some of the greatest shit ever.
That is funny.
Yeah. I love them people. I love going there, and I haven't been back in a while. No, I'm not a big hunter. I haven't been back in a while. I haven't been there since my grandfather died, and I feel kind of so I feel kind of bad for that. But last time I went there, just before my grandfather died, I was hanging with my uncle. My uncle said, "Hey, I'm gonna fry some fish," and I looked at him and I said, "What kind of fish?" He looked at me, he goes, "The only kind of fish. Perch and walleye." And I'm like, "Oh fuck yes." Motherfucker went to town. He carved up some potatoes and fresh fried some fucking French fries with some fucking thick ass fucking perch and straight from fucking Lake Erie. There's nothing better in the world.
You're wrong, sir. We've had this conversation. You're
Have
wrong.
we?
You just haven't had better. Trust me. You're wrong.
No.
Yeah.
If it comes from Lake Erie, it's amazing.
But we've also had the conversation that you've never actually had anything from the West Coast, so it doesn't count.
I've had crabs.
Crabs don't count. Why would you have crabs from the West Coast?
Because I fucked a girl from Los Angeles.
Did you go to Los Angeles?
Oh my God. That was a funny fucking joke.
Oh,
from the
damn. Oh,
it's not funny
That
when you have to
wasn't funny.
explain it.
no, but we were okay. Listen, I was talking about eating.
Oh my God.
and okay, that made it worse. I lied. Stop. Okay. Anyways, go away.
You're ruining my bits.
Well, that's why people don't talk to people who are stand-up comedians.
Why? Because I'm constantly running a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I really am.
And bits are really stand-up comedian bits are really just like one way, one direction.
It really is. You know, whenever I'm in like I've told this before, it's like whenever I'm in a serious conversation, I've got to make a funny fucking joke. So we'll be having a business meeting or whatever the case might be, and the entire time I'm just waiting for an opportunity, and I'm sitting there listening. And I'm intent. Now I am probably the most intense, listener in that room at that moment in time. Because not only am I listening at the stuff that's going on, but I'm intently listening at the opportunity to make everybody fucking crack up fucking laughing.
Right.
It's one of the situations, it's like on here, I appreciate everybody now. It's 7:30 at night. You probably just got done eating dinner. You're eating dinner. You're taking time out of your nice night to come on and, spend time with us. Again, maybe you were watching TV. Maybe you were, spanking it in the bathroom, whatever the case might be. I appreciate you coming on and, and if you are spanking it in the bathroom and watching us,
please stop.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
No, stop. Stop.
Squirt it on the left side of your screen, or the right side of your screen.
Go away.
Over here. Squirt it over there.
I'm done with you.
No, you're not.
You're right. I've only just begun, but still.
You have only just begun to hear the awesomeness. I mean, it's been trucking along.
I'm glad that you have me to balance you out, because you're like, I feel like you and I are on like such opposite spectrums almost sometimes. Because like I do funny. I like funny. Who doesn't like funny? But like you're like way over there and I'm like way over here.
And that's what makes us great. If there was another person on the other side, God damn it, I gotta remember it's mirrored. That was, exactly like me. Mm-hmm. We'd be constantly stealing each other's time and jokes, and it wouldn't go well. Right. With you, it's like, I can have a decent conversation and then throw a few jokes in there every once in a while, and it's a balance act. I couldn't do this show with another person. Well, I tried unsuccessfully, but it's a balancing act. It really is.
Yeah. And it works.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
And we've taken the show now.
Like, wait, you're gone too far.
And I'll be completely honest with you. I mean, yeah, if you're watching live right now, you're seeing fucking 4 viewers.
Hey, tell me where you're from.
Who? Oh,
whoever's watching.
Yeah, in the chat, please tell us where you're at.
I'm from Kansas and he's from Ohio, and I want to know where everybody's from. And we're currently in Maryland and Virginia.
Yeah, but anyway, back to my original story. I mean,
sorry.
We've got, we're only showing 4 listeners or 4 viewers right now, but we upload this to the podcast because I can just take the audio and boom, done. We got 15,000. Yeah. We did that in less than a month.
Right.
Do you realize it's been 1 month today?
Oh, it's our 1 month anniversary.
It's our 1 month anniversary.
Yay.
Yeah. It's been 1 month to this day. And we took this podcast from getting about 1,000-ish listeners per episode to now over 3,000 per episode. And, in 1 month time.
Legit.
Now, I can't wait till we see this number right here, get that high. That's gonna take time.
I can't see that number. I don't know
I
what number
can.
that is.
I did. I'm pointing at myself because I know what that number says, but that number is not very high, and I want it to get higher because right now our 15,000 listeners.
Giveaway.
You know what?
I got some t-shirt giveaway.
We will.
I love to give away things.
All right. So you want to do a giveaway? What do you want to do?
Yeah, I want to do a t-shirt. We can't give away the Pride ones though because those have to be bought. Like the proceeds have to go. Yeah. So
you want to give away one of our gag shirts or one of our logo shirts?
I don't know. What do the people want?
So why don't we do this? Why don't we think about this over the weekend?
Yeah.
And we'll come up with an idea.
Somebody comment. Tell me. Do you want?
Yeah, because I mean, this will be up. This will be up permanently. So please go ahead and comment. Or if you're listening tomorrow,
what if they just
send us a DM?
Pick?
Well, we got to figure out what the contest is going to be for. How we're going to do the contest. What's the contest for?
I know, but like, what if they just pick whatever shirt they want? Like, hey, we're just going to give you away. Give you away. We're going to give you away. We're going to give you away, Derek.
All right. So how about we do this? The first five people to log on Monday and comment where they're from. And I'll post this all over the fucking social media too. We'll get a free t-shirt of their choice other than the LGBTQ ones. Okay. Because those ones are fundraising ones.
Do we have an interviewer coming?
We do. So we've got Val Duro.
Okay.
She's the producer comedian of the Electric Comedy Club. Yeah. So another comedian. Notice a trend, people. We've had a lot of comedians on lately.
Podcast.
Derek is networking. So Monday
at some point.
So this can even be for our listeners who are on Spotify or Apple or Google, whatever the case might be. Log on Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the first 5 people to comment
Pacific, right?
3 p.m. Pacific. First 5 people to comment on Monday will get a shirt of their choice. They can have either a logo shirt or they can have one of our funny ass graphic tees that we've started creating.
Can we give away a magnet? Do we have magnets?
I do have magnets.
Can we give away a magnet too?
Give away, yeah. I got 5 extra magnets.
We should do whoever comments that's number 10. You have to be the 10th person, though, not the 10th comment, obviously.
So why don't we do this? First 5 people get shirts. Second 5 people get magnets.
Whoop, whoop. Okay.
So we'll do that on Monday. So for the 3 people that are listening right now, tune in Monday.
Spread the word.
And for the 15,000 people that listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Stitcher, and everywhere else.
Yeah. Tune in.
We'll figure out a way for you guys do something for you guys as well, because without y'all, we wouldn't be doing this, because right now we got 3 viewers. So to the people that listen to us on the way to work or home from work on the weekends while you're cutting the lawn, we appreciate you very, very much. And to our new viewership that is hopefully coming on for the very first time, we appreciate you even more. And then we hope to get everybody back on that gravy train and see 15,000 people on here, as well as on our pages as well, because we're not going anywhere, guys. And we're not going to sit there and be stagnant. We're not going to we're going to do everything we can to be the next big thing. We're not playing games.
Day.
Yeah. See this logo above my head? That DCK Productions? We're here. We're here, and we're not going anywhere. We're only going to get bigger, and we're going to get louder, and my mouth is just going to continue to grow and just be a fucking pain in your ass.
And Kat's going to continue to try to calm him the fuck down.
You're like my Xanax.
Aw, thanks.
I'm going to start calling you Anna.
Aw, I feel so special.
That wasn't a compliment.
You call me your Xanax. That means I calm you down. I bring peace
I
to
don't
your
want
life.
to be. I don't want to be calm. I want to be eccentric.
You can be all the eccentric you want to be, but there's going to have to be times where I'm like, whoa there, Derek, you're taking it a little too far. And you're going to love me for it, because I'm going to save your ass. So you're welcome.
A friend of mine is just chatted at me. Derek's going to continue to run his mouth. You are 100% right. Derek is going to continue to run his mouth.
Oh yeah, I know that. But luckily, I have a kind and considerate business partner who calls me before he runs his mouth and says, "Hey, I'm going to run my mouth."
We've told the story of the tweet. Hey, Kat, I got a sweet tweet. And you're like,
I got
no!
a sweet tweet. I said teat.
I've heard you. I've heard that about you.
Oh, I'm sure you have. I don't know who you're from.
No, but if I think of something funny, and like, ooh, should I post that? I gotta call you. That's just how it works.
Yep.
You are my censor button.
You want to see? Here, my daughter's here now.
Say hi to Uncle Derek. Hi.
I can't. What?
So anyway, thank you guys very, very much for joining us this evening. Please visit dckproductions.com/shop for all of our merchandise, including the sponsorship fundraising t-shirts for the National LGBTQ Task Force and the Trevor Project. 100% of the proceeds go to them. And then 50% of the proceeds go to everybody else on the rest of the shop. Great line of graphic tees, great line of logo tees. So please show your support for DCK Productions, Suck It Podcast, The Teachable Soul, and no sex, no drugs, but a whole lot of rock and roll. So speaking of which, tomorrow, normally, so tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 Pacific, live on here, myself and my other awesome co-hosts on the West Coast, Nicole Carson, will be on doing our No Sex, No Drugs, but a whole lot of rock and roll podcast. It's hard to say fast.
You are having like issues talking today. Are you?
I am.
Are you cool?
I am. I'm just excited. There's so much going on. I'm excited. So anyway, so tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, me and Nicole will have a very special guest, the drummer for a band called
He can't remember.
God damn it. I'm so excited, and I'm just losing my damn mind.
Right.
The drummer for Arrival of Autumn, excuse me. So the drummer for Arrival of Autumn is going to be on. He just got done playing bass and as backup for In Flames. He did the tour with In Flames, so this guy's pretty awesome. So his name is excuse me, Ty Fox, and he will be on with us tomorrow. And then Monday we've got Val Duro of the Electric Comedy Club, and then I think that's all. No, we got one more next week, but I'm not sure what we're doing with that one yet. But then in July, we've got some shit. July. And then,
which is cool because actually I was trying to look up a cause to support for July the other day. Can't find nothing.
Yeah, I think we're gonna. I've talked to you about what I want to do for that one because it is National Culinary Month. So I want to kind of do some for food banks.
Ooh, that's smart.
It's National Culinary Month. What do we, so let's do some with the food bank.
Yeah. Cool.
I think that's what we're gonna do. That sounds good. But then the week of June 22nd, we've got a huge week because that Thursday we have Grammy Award-winning producer and rapper Kid Capri on. So that's going to be a fucking awesome one. And that one's a Thursday. So that's a little bit off schedule, but it happens. So we've got Kid Capri coming up. We've got a lot more comedians coming up. Tomorrow, please check me out. This guy right here.
On Zoom
on the Shindig show. Zoom. Go to Eventbrite and just type in Shindig, SHINDIG. It's $10 with my name as the promo code, Derek, DEREK. Or you can just go to our Instagram, or if you're watching us on Facebook, it's on our Facebook page as well. Just go there and buy your ticket, and then they will send you a link, and you can watch right there from your computer, phone, or on fucking TV, however you want to fucking do it. We got a great lineup tomorrow night, including Taylor Williamson from America's Got Talent, Heidi Klum's favorite comedian ever. So, are you talking? Because I can't hear a word you're saying.
I wasn't talking to you.
Oh, fine. I'm talking to
You're
them.
live on Facebook and stuff. Okay, well, don't come in here staring at me like I'm in trouble.
See, it's the shit like that I would have fun with.
It wasn't, by the way, just to clarify, it wasn't like I was in trouble. It was just because he was like, I'm confused and I don't know what to do. And so I was like, I don't know what to tell you because I'm doing stuff.
But anyway, thank you guys very much for joining us this evening. We love and appreciate every single fucking one of you. Please go to dckproductions.com/shop or go to dckproductions/sponsors for more. And as always, go to manscaped.com and use promo code ShutUpCameron, which I'm still waiting for a new promo code for, but it is what it is right now. So use promo code ShutUpCameron for 20% off at manscaped.com. But until then, until tomorrow at 7:30 p.m., we'll see you later. Peace.
Bye.